Hello guys and welcome back to Sweet and Sour Soccer, and this is game week 26 for the Premier League predictions. Guys, do me a favour, hit that like button and please subscribe. It means so much as usual. Let's not mess around, let's jump straight in, and the first game is West Ham versus Newcastle. West Ham, of course, got that last-minute draw against Leicester. Not the result they wanted, but I'm sure the result that they would have taken as the game went on. Newcastle, however, 11 points from 15 games. It's, from a neutral point of view, it's really good to see Newcastle doing well again. They're a massive club, a fan base that deserves so much success. With this game, I think it's going to be a draw. I'm sorry, West Ham. I think you're going to get another draw. I think Newcastle will definitely take it, especially the fact that it's in London. I think I'm going to say 2-2. I would have been more confident had the Kieran Trippier been available to play, but I think I'm going to say 2-2 between West Ham and Newcastle. Coming on to Arsenal versus Brentford. Arsenal going well as well, 10 points from 15 in their last 5 games. Of course, this game opening the season at Brentford, they managed to get the win over Arsenal. Brentford, they managed to stop their losing streak. They managed to get a 0-0 draw against Palace. I don't think that draw is going to help them too much in this game, especially with Arsenal being at home. And I think I'm going to go for a pretty comfortable 2-0 home win. 2-0 to Arsenal. Next up, we have got Brighton versus Burnley. Now, Brighton, I'll give you a little bit of a stat here for Brighton. They're going pretty well in the league. They are 5th in the Premier League this season for the most completed passes. Just goes to show the type of football that Graham Potter plays. They get the ball on the ground and they tend to keep it. That's why they're doing so well. Coming on to Burnley, I mean, they're 7 points off safety now. And it was okay a month ago when we were saying, oh, they've got 5 games in hand, it'll be okay. They don't have those games in hand anymore. I think they've only got 2 games in hand on Newcastle, who occupy the last spot outside of the relegation zone. So those games in hand are they're coming and going, and they're not picking up points. I think I'm going to give it Brighton, though. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think there'll be many goals, and I'm going to say Brighton 1, Burnley 0. Coming on to Liverpool versus Norwich. Liverpool, of course, a very good win for them midweek against Inter Milan at the San Siro. Nonetheless, very good 2-0 victory. Norwich, again, they've been going pretty well recently. But for Norwich, their next 3 games after Liverpool, of course, read as Saints, Southampton, Brentford, and then Leeds. Massive point of the season now for Norwich. Southampton, Brentford, Leeds. You have to be winning at least one of those 3 with at least a draw, because you are, especially against Leeds, if you're going to drag a team in, you've got to think it's hopefully going to be them. Maybe Brentford with their form. This game for Norwich, I see it as not a free hit because, of course, goal difference does come into it at the end of the season, but limit it. I don't think they will. I think it'll be a comfortable victory for Liverpool, but I'm going to say 3-0. 3-0 to Liverpool. Next, we've got Southampton versus Everton. Southampton, you've only lost 1 of your last 5 games, going along very nicely. For Everton, of course, you had that massive 3-0 victory against Leeds. For this one, I think Everton need to win this one because their next 3 games are City, if I'm not mistaken. Then it's Spurs. And then it's Wolves, my club. Yes, City, Spurs and Wolves are their next 3 games after Southampton. So they really will want to get something from this. I think they might just squeeze it as well as Southampton are doing. I've just got a funny feeling about Everton. I'm going to say 2-1 to Everton. Next up, we've got Villa versus Watford. Villa only 5 points from your last 5 games, 1 win and 2 draws. It really hasn't been plain sailing for you guys. Aston Villa are 16th in the league this season for the most touches. Very unlike an Aston Villa side. You think of the quality of players that they have got throughout the team. 16th in the most touches in the league. Coming on to Watford, they're 6 points from safety. Watford, you really do need to start picking up some points very soon. That bounce effect from Roy Hodgson that probably a lot of us maybe expected hasn't happened. I think Villa are going to get back to winning ways again. I'm going to say 3-1 to Aston Villa. Next up is Palace versus Chelsea. Palace, no win in 5. Chelsea, only 1 win in their last 5, but they have had 3 draws in that time. It's not like Chelsea are losing a lot of games. Of course, this is somewhat of a derby, but every London club that plays another London club is a derby nowadays. With this one, I don't know. This is a tough one, especially with it being at Selhurst Park. I do feel like they're going to be up for it. Vieira's got that Arsenal link, of course. You know, he will want to do well against Chelsea. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say 2-2. Palace 2, Chelsea 2. I could look like a genius. Next up is Manchester City versus Spurs. Manchester City, very emphatic win for them midweek in the Champions League. Spurs, those Conte comment. What is going on with Spurs? You've got Conte coming out and just throwing the board, throwing the club under the bus. It's just not going well at all. Last time out, a 2-0 defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers. One stat I have also got for Spurs as well. It'll have no bearing on this fixture. But Spurs are the only club in the Premier League this season who have played less than 1,000 long balls. There you are. Don't say that you don't get facts and stats from Sweet and Sour Soccer. I don't think the lack of long balls from Spurs is going to help them at all in this game. 2-0, maybe Spurs will try and put in a performance, but 2-0 Manchester City, I'd say. Let's go 2-0. Next up is Leeds versus United. This game needs no second introductions for how big it is for both fan bases. Leeds, last time out, that 3-0 defeat to Everton. Leeds, your next 4 fixtures. Of course, Manchester United, Liverpool, Spurs, Leicester. Where do the points come from? Historically, you'd think that Leeds will get up for this game because of the the history and the rivalry that surrounds this fixture. But you've had a few pastings off Manchester United in recent years. United, for as much as we've been laughing at United this season, they are unbeaten in their last 5 games, and I think they'll continue unbeaten. I don't think Leeds will win. I could probably stretch for a Leeds draw. For Leeds, but I just don't see it. I really, really don't. I'm very wary for Leeds over the next month, especially with those fixtures that I spoke about. I think I'm going to say there'll be goals, and I'll say 3-1 to Manchester United. Last but not least is my club, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Leicester. Leicester, you bounce back to winning ways with a very good 4-1 victory in the Europa Conference. Very good win for you. Hopefully that can build confidence for you. Wolves, 4 wins out of our last 5 games. That defeat only came against Arsenal, a good team. So it's not like we lost to a team at the bottom of the league. Although if I was going to lose to anyone, you don't want it to be against a team that's, of course, a rival, which is weird to say for Wolves. We are fighting for 4th with the likes of Arsenal. Leicester, you've got that Brendan uncertainty. You know, a lot of fans are starting to turn now. I'm not saying it's the majority. I don't think it is, but more and more are. And you've only got 1 win in 5 in the league. It doesn't bode well. Wolves and Leicester, the spoils have been pretty split over the last 4 years. We've had the better of them in some seasons. They've had the better of us. There's been draws along the way. I don't know the stats over the last 4 years in the Premier League, but I'd say it's pretty even. I'd say it's 50-50. I've got to back my club. Sorry, Leicester. On your day, you can beat anyone, just like Wolves. I'm just going to base it off the form guide. I really, really am. And for that reason, I'm going to say 2-1 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Guys, do me a favour, hit that like button. Please, please subscribe. I think we're a few subs away from 2,160. Help us get there, and we will see you very soon. Have a good day.